Hello! Today's stories come from r/Today I Messed Up. Buckle up, today we have a theme. These are a series of stories of when doing the right thing goes horribly wrong. First up, today I messed up by giving my girlfriend money to surprise my boys. My girlfriend and I have been dating for about a year, and a month ago she moved in with me. She has no kids, but I have 11-year-old twin boys. I'm a single dad. Their mom left shortly after she gave birth. In the beginning, she would talk about my son or go to introduce them like, meet EJ and here are his sons with Down syndrome. And, oh yeah, my boyfriend has kids, but they have Down syndrome. And once commented to a friend, yeah, I want a baby, but my boyfriend has disabled genes. I don't want a Downs baby, which is incredibly ignorant. And I've told her how this bothers me. Put people before their disabilities. They have names. She usually apologizes and laughs it off. I thought she was just oblivious and didn't understand disabilities. Twins with Down syndrome are unique, and I tell them every day how special they are, so when she is referencing them in a negative way, it's a relationship red flag. Today is their birthday, and I gave her enough money to buy balloons, party supplies, each a cake, their favorite food, and to get a slip and slide. She offered to do this while I was at work. She said she was getting her hair done and then would go shop and set everything up. I was so excited to surprise my boys. I pick my boys up from their summer day program and head home. I walk in, and it's just my girlfriend. I asked her where everything was, and she said, did you not see my text? There was a text hours ago saying, oh no, I forgot my wallet. I said, okay, and? She forgot her wallet and used my money to pay for her hair. I told her there was no way she didn't see it missing and started getting defensive. She said she had this hair appointment booked months in advance and would be put on a client backlist at the salon for canceling. So she just used my money and insinuated she would do extra favors to make it up to me. I asked her why she took my money that I gave for her for my boys, and she said, it's not like they know it's their birthday, just tell them it's next month. I swear I have never felt so much rage in my life. We do not share bank accounts. She said, you have a good job. I will pay you back. I told her I gave her everything I had left until I get paid again. I get paid monthly. She said I was acting crazy when I told her to go back to the salon and have them refund her, shave her bald, get an IOU, or start sweeping up hair for it. Then she says again that we can just pretend it's their birthday on another day. She said she has no money to give to me right now. I told her what she did was stealing. I wasn't going to have a thief in my house around my kids and to get out. She started crying, saying she has nowhere to go and that I can't just evict her. She is not on the lease and hasn't lived here a full month, nor does she have any mail with my address. I didn't realize until after she left that she stole my son's tablets, and I'm in the process of now filing a police report, and I'm shaking. I was distracted trying to calm them down because they got scared that I was upset. Not only do they have nothing for birthday, they also don't have their tablets they use daily for communication and use nightly to calm down before bed. We have food, but they were looking forward to having their favorites. I'm so tired of seeing people take advantage of people with disabilities who justify it as they don't know what's going on, let alone have it happen at home. This goes beyond ignorance, in my opinion. This woman is a pariah. Good riddance. I think the F up was when he let her move in. Let's check out the appropriately one sided comments. Someone said, yeah, she sounds like a horrible person. If she had money for her hair and just forgot her wallet, why not just go out and buy the gifts with whatever she had in her wallet? Was she planning on somehow stealing a haircut if you hadn't given her money? I don't understand this part. OP replied. She knew she didn't have money for it, but didn't want to cancel the appointment and get on a backlist at the salon. She thought if she acted cute, like she forgot the wallet, it would be fine because my boys don't know what's going on. In response to a quote, I just didn't think someone who loved me wouldn't love them too. Someone said, you are projecting your goodwill and morals onto others. Please let this hard lesson teach you to judge people by their actions rather than assuming they have your good traits. I think you made a naive mistake, but one born out of a good heart. And the final comment was, she forgot her wallet and used your money to pay for the hair appointment, but then couldn't pay you back? So how was she originally going to pay the salon? Yeah, she planned this from the start. Our second story is, today I messed up by coming home early to surprise my wife, who was having a surprise birthday party for me. I'm still chuckling at this even though it's kind of messed up. Long story short, I forgot my own birthday. Yeah, I know it's weird. Had a little bit of a rough childhood, and my birthday was either never celebrated or forgotten. Well, both. So as I grew older, I forgot about it myself. I mean, we never did anything and whatnot, so who cared? Now I'm married with a wonderful woman who's very thoughtful, but she always does some kind of party or date on my birthday. But sometimes I still forget. So today I came home early from work to surprise my wife, who was surprising me. I walked in quietly and I saw her in the kitchen with flour and cake mix on her forehead and tapestries, birthday cups, flowers, and gifts around the table. She was making a cake for a surprise party. My surprise birthday. My mouth dropped and I quietly walked backwards to the door, exiting quietly and waiting till 7:30 to come back home. My wife would be so sad and she was working so hard. So, within a time frame of about 3.5 hours, I practiced my, oh my gosh, I'm so surprised face. When I came home, she yelled, surprise! And I did a very crappy surprise face, hugged her, and we had a movie marathon. This secret will never come out. But I think this was the best birthday ever. I find this kind of funny. I will be taking this secret to my grave. Oh my gosh, this is so delightful. I think it is super cute that they were both trying to surprise one another. There's some cute comments too. It ad said, I appreciate that this is so wholesome. I'm glad you played along like you didn't know what was going on. It might be worth mentioning at some point that you occasionally forget about your birthday, just in case you aren't able to be as sneaky in the future. OP replied, haha, she knows. But she still tries, so I just go with it. And she was working so hard, I didn't want to tell her I knew. Glass Panther. OP. I will be taking this secret to my grave. Also OP. Hey, everybody on the entire internet. Here's my secret. OP replied, haha, but at least she won't know. Our third story is a two-parter, and it got me pretty fired up. But there's an update with some much needed justice. So let's dive in. Today I messed up by helping drunk coworker and trusting HR. I'm a 29-year-old male working in digital marketing. Company held party to celebrate the completion of a big project. As I was walking to my car, I noticed a drunk female coworker, mid-30s. We worked together for 3 years, but it's a big department and I don't know much about her. She was having difficulty walking. I offered to help and she held out her hand. I asked if she drove here. She took an Uber. Helped her call another one as she vomited. Uber driver arrived, saw the condition she was in, and took off without saying a word. Understandable. I decided to drive her home. I have a dual front and rear dash cam set up. I moved the rear cam, placed it in front, and adjusted the angle to make sure inside of the vehicle is covered. Lifesaver. Fast forward 1 month to April 25th, last week, and I was called into HR. My manager was sitting with a serious expression. They asked what I did after the party. I immediately became defensive and asked what the meeting is about. HR person said that they received a complaint from an employee accusing me of inappropriate behavior. I responded, I have no idea what you were talking about. I did nothing inappropriate during or after that party. Whoever complained has the wrong guy. They stepped out into the hallway for a couple minutes. I'm starting to sweat, even though I did nothing wrong, thinking, I remember giving coworker a ride home. That must be it. They step back into the office. Manager says they have a witness who saw me put drunk coworker into my car. I said, yeah, I drove her home. Nothing happened. And I did not put her in. She accepted the help. Silence. They stare at me like I'm guilty. Nothing but suspicion and judgment. HR says they'll continue investigating and will speak to me the following week. I received an email today telling me to make a statement for the police and that I'm suspended until the case is dismissed. I'm mad. Really mad. I hired an attorney and submitted statement to police. After asking around, I learned the coworker I gave a ride to is apparently the ex-wife of my manager's golfing buddy. Yeah. Little does the company know I protected myself with dashcam footage as well as a short cell phone video of me walking her to the house. I am innocent and will fight this. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything, but comment now if you have an inkling of what's going on, and we'll see who got it right in the update after these comments. I came to learn some code said, if you're not being paid while suspended, you should seek damages. Jake is Bay replied, I was also about to comment the same thing. If you aren't being paid for this time off, I'd suggest asking your solicitor to put into your legal case that you should be paid for the time off you've had, and also damages because someone tried to tarnish your name. Alpha 3K said, Honestly, they should seek damages for the attempt of tarnishing their name in the first place. Lying about someone having done inappropriate stuff like this can and did destroy people's lives and likely will do so in the future. And I mean, OP is suddenly directly confronted with losing their job? Alas, guilty until proven innocent from sides of the company they work at. I don't know how the law works in that or any other really matter, but being in such a situation must be hella stressful and generally hard on someone's mental state. And what would happen if they didn't have any footage? The white antelope replied, also, why is the company calling the police and not the supposed victim? Someone else said, sucks now, but in a few months, do send us a picture with all the compensation money. And now for the update. Update. For some reason, I am unable to post the update on Today I Messed Up. Hey everyone, many of you have asked for an update. Everything mentioned in my original and future posts has and will be approved by my attorney throughout duration of the case. It's been a stressful week. Attorney has been incredibly helpful. First thing we did is sit down and lay out all the known information. It took 6 hours. Surprisingly longer than I expected, letting me know this situation is the real deal, no matter how easy of a slam dunk case it appears. Common question was, who made the complaint? It was not the coworker that I drove home. I asked her via phone call, and she said, thanks for the help. I'm so sorry about this. They, HR and manager, asked if anything happened. I said I don't remember much, other than parts of the drive and you walking me to the house. They didn't seem happy with that and kept pushing and leading me to, answer in a way that made you look bad. But I would know if anything happened, or at least have a feeling, and I don't. She went on to apologize again and requested I not involve her more than is absolutely necessary, as it's very embarrassing for her, which is why I recorded the call, legal one party consent. Attorney acquired the outside security camera footage stored for 30 to 90 days from my workplace. Not sure how we did it, but that was awesome. Video showed me helping drunk coworker into my car. There was a moment where at first glance it seemed as though I shoved her, but it was her losing balance and almost twisting her ankle while walking down the curb with high heels. Something strange about the security footage. Bottom right corner has been edited. I thought it was the original. They gave us a censored copy. Attorney did his thing and obtained the unedited version, and we learn who it is that they were protecting. The manager himself. He was smoking a cigarette and looking in my direction. He immediately called someone on his phone after I drove off. With the confidence of knowing she is not the complainant, security video showing me helping her enter the vehicle and not forcing anything, and the manager making a call seconds later, along with having a dash cam plus cell phone footage of the drive, I suggested we go directly to the owner of the company. Attorney didn't like it at first, but agreed after some discussion. You may be wondering why I would ever consider talking to the owner. That is fair. I feel like with all the dirt we keep discovering, this has evolved from solely focusing on defending myself to going on the offensive. So we spoke with the owner. It wasn't easy making contact with him. The man is very busy. Mentioning how he rarely ever gets involved with these types of things, yet wisely had 2 company lawyers on the call. Without revealing too much, we gave him a good idea how the case would likely play out if it went to court. He understood and said he will conduct his own investigation and further communication will be through his company lawyers. Not even 12 hours later, and my attorney and I receive a long email from company lawyers explaining everything. The manager confessed. Owner caught him in a web of lies. This is why I kept the dashcam footage a secret. Remember the phone call he made? It was to his golf buddy, ex-husband of the coworker I helped. Yup. Apparently, the bitter ex-husband assumed things happened, so he wouldn't stop pressuring the manager to destroy my career. Some of you were curious why it took 1 month for the investigation to begin. Because my manager's good conscience only lasted 1 month until he caved. But the manager was not the complainant. It was a random employee who happened to be smoking next to the manager at that time. Manager somehow convinced this employee to file the report so that the manager would not be restricted by conflict of interest issues, HR-related policy. He wanted to be involved at all times and steer the investigation however he wished. The complainant never really saw much. Security video showed him walking back to the entrance with his head down staring at his phone. There's more. But my attorney advised I hold off until company lawyers contact us, under direction of the owner who kinda hinted that heads will roll. This is not over. Well, it's not over, but unfortunately, who knows when the legal side of things will end and we'll get our final update. Is it just me, Or is it crazy that one has to capture footage of being a nice person in order to protect themselves from potential accusations? As one of the previous comments said, what if he didn't have the footage? I know he kept it secret, but there is no way he would have had the same level of confidence in his actions if he didn't have it. This is scary. On to the comments before we wrap up. Dr. Frank85 said, wow, this one took some twists. Glad that it mostly worked out for you, OP. Get that settlement bag and wave bye bye when manager and complainant walk out of the office for good. Doolittle for You said, man, hope you get money for all the distress that you had to go through. Don't spare them. And for those who had pointed fingers to the woman in previous post, guess what? All this was the doing of a jealous man. Let's never assume anything based on gender. Obviously, the woman herself deserves such a husband if she chose to be so drunk without a drive buddy. Narrowbig gets the last word. Buttholes are everywhere because everyone's got one. The problem is just that some people want to be one. It's sad that the only thing that's saving your butt is camera footage. If you've enjoyed the story and would like to hear more, consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Thanks, and bye for now.